Hey guys, just wanted to go over how to use Microsoft Teams. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. There's a couple different ways you can get to it. First off is if you go through MySCS and you can just type in if Office 365 like this doesn't show up, you can just type in Office and Office 365 will pop up. Just make sure you click this one. Once that opens up, it brings you to the full Microsoft Office suite of tools. It's a good place to go also to go here and install Office on your computer if you have not done that already. It's free through the district, and that way you can use the app, which is much, much better than the online version. But here I'm just going to show you the online version real quick. You click this guy, it's called the waffle. You're going to go down, you're going to click Teams. Once that happens, Microsoft Teams opens up. And like I said, I really like it a lot better in the app, but it works fine here. There's also, not only is there an app for your computer, it's an app for your phone that works really well with this. If you're one of those people that likes to use your phone all the time and even for assignments. So I'm going to show it to you in the app. You'll see it here, all your different teams that you've been assigned to. You should have already been assigned to my team, and if you haven't, I will give you a join code in class that you can sign up for. So this is for environmental management, so you'll just click on your period, which should be the only one that shows up. And here you're going to have the first window. This is going to be posts. Anytime I create an assignment or I have an announcement or whatever, it'll automatically make a post inside here. So this is almost like a news feed on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Files inside here. I'll put some class materials, although I really don't like to put the class materials in here right now because it's like static files, and I like to have things that I'm able to change. Over here is our class notebook. We are going to use this. This is where OneNote is. So if you've ever used OneNote in your classes before, this is OneNote, but we're going to use it through Teams. We're not going to use a standalone OneNote. You can then open it in OneNote, open the app, and it makes it a little bit easier to use. We'll be getting to that later. I'm not going to go too much into this right now. But to open up the window, if you just want to play around in there, you can see inside of here, once you click that little arrow, all the stuff that we have. I'll be giving you assignments, but those assignments will be through Teams. I'll show you that in just a second. So assignments, this is probably where you'll spend most of your time. Assignments in here will be listed. So if you see on the class calendar that there's an assignment due, this is where you go to do it. A few things about this. You're going to, so this is the first assignment you guys have, and it's due on Tuesday, September 1st. And it's just a contact info sheet. So anyway, you're going to go. Let me do a student view. That was my view. This is what you'll see, something like this. You'll go and click this link, all right? That'll take you to the form you need to fill out. You just fill out that form and you click submit. And then when you're done, please make sure you go back to Microsoft Teams, and down here, it does not show up for me because I'm a teacher, but I'll have a submit button. Make sure you click that button, or turn in, I think it's called turn in. So make sure that you click that turn in button during or when you're done. And you must do that every time you submit an assignment. You must click the turn in button once you're complete. That's the only way I get notified that you actually did it. So make sure you do that. Let me show you a more traditional assignment because there's some cool stuff that Teams does, which is why we're using it. This is the Eco Footprint Lab. We're going to do this on Wednesday. I'm sorry, we're going to do it on Tuesday, and it'll be due Wednesday. So if you look at this, this is kind of cool. You've got a Word document on here. When anytime I say, and I'll say it in the instructions, complete the assignment on the Word document. What's really cool about this is that each of you get your own Word document within Teams. You don't even have to open it outside. You click on it, and then you guys will be able to answer all the questions. So this has all the, you're going to click this link, you're going to do the activity, and then you can actually fill out on the Word document if you click Edit Document. Really quite easy. And so that's what you guys are going to need to do. You go in, you're going to put in how many planet Earths and all that kind of stuff in there as you edit the document, and you can just write your answers in there, whatever. Try not to save it because I don't know if it's in my thing if it's going to put it up on yours. So you should have no issues with that. If it is something like this where it's a picture instead of that, you can also go in and insert a drawing inside of there, which should be fairly easy for you. All right, so I'm going to close that out. All right, we go back. So that's it for assignments. Anytime I grade anything, you should have a grades window up here as well. Put a couple other things on there. We do have some stuff I'm going to house on Blackboard, but your calendar is right here. So the calendar for the class is super important, and I do have this on Blackboard, but I'm going to work mostly through Teams. I'm going to put stuff on Blackboard just in case you weren't comfortable with that. But if you go up to this menu, you can click on our calendar, and this is our calendar. I'm going to go over that more in class, but you can see any homework. It tells you at the top when something is due. Like the student parent information form is due Tuesday, and then anything that's not in bold is stuff that we are going to do in class that day. So that's that for the calendar. Just remember, it's in that top menu up there. You just click that little plus, or I'm sorry, not the plus button. Click that more button, and it was one of those. Last thing I'll show you is the general class information. That is a link to a shared folder. So anytime I update any of these things, it will update automatically on there. That's where you can find a copy of our syllabus that we're going over in class, classroom procedures, especially that's important this year since we have a bunch of different procedures as it goes to COVID in class and remote outside of class, and some stuff on how to access the technology. So just kind of wanted to go over that with you. One more thing before we go. If you are a remote learner or if you're out sick and you want to tune into class that day, if you go over to the calendar, I've scheduled a meeting every day during our class time. You just go to that day, you go to the time of class, and so let's say this is third period. You're going to click that right there, and then you can click join up here, and that will take you in just like a Zoom meeting, except I like it better because it's only the people in our class that can join, and it just seems like, well, we're doing everything else in Teams, and this is a function in Teams as well. A pretty easy thing to do there. So that's Teams in a nutshell. We'll be using it more. There'll be more future features that we'll go over, but just kind of wanted to give you guys that overview.